G'day everyone, I'm Mick Springer from Springer Solar. Today we're going to talk about our fleet, our electric fleet that we've transitioned to in 2021. So we're a solar installation company based in southeast Queensland. All of our staff are employed by Springer Solar. Everyone that keeps our business ticking along, Springer Solar. So no subcontractors, us all the way through. We've got sales staff, engineers, electricians, project managers, admin, accounting, marketing. We've got a lot of different teams in our businesses and all employed by Springers. So the nature of our business means that our sales team are on the road all day, every day, racking up a lot of kilometres. So what we do, like most businesses, is give those salespeople a company vehicle, but we've decided to do an electric vehicle. Now, there's some ways that needs to be managed that's a little bit different to your typical vehicle because, of course, they're using energy rather than going to a petrol station. What we've noticed is that there's not a lot of companies with Teslas out there or electric vehicles, so we wanted to share our knowledge of how we do it, how we reimburse our staff, and also why we do it. We've found that it's been really successful for us. It's keeping our staff happy. We're getting lower costs for our fleet as well. Our vehicle costs have come down a lot since we've electrified it, and it really does align with our brand too. So that's been another added benefit of going to an electric fleet. Let's talk about how we set up this system to measure the kilowatt hours of energy used by the vehicle. So firstly, we're buying the salesperson their car, and then we're installing the Tesla EV charger at the salesperson's house. This is a cost that we've decided to incur on ourselves. The EV charger is relatively cheap, so we install that, that's starters. What we're also doing is installing a Wi-Fi energy meter, which comes with a current transformer or a CT. This measures all of the power that's being used by the car, and we've made it really simple. We've decided that the energy used by the vehicle, regardless of whether there's solar on the house, if they're using it at night, in the morning, if they're based on a time of use tariff, we pay them back at their peak rate, regardless of all of that. So with the Wi-Fi energy meter, with the CT, we're able to see in real time from an app on a desktop exactly what the car is doing, how much energy it's using. That makes it really simple for the accounting team to log in, see what's happening, see how much energy they've used and reimburse our staff member. So for example, let's say that Johnny had driven for 1,000 kilometres this week. Based on the average energy use for a Tesla, that would mean that he's used around 130 kilowatt hours of energy that week. And assuming that Johnny's gone back home every time to recharge the vehicle, then how we would reimburse that is the 130 kilowatt hours times by his peak tariff rate. In Johnny's case, it's 32 cents. So the 130 by the 32 cents, we're going to reimburse Johnny at $41.60. And then we actually do that monthly, but that gives you an example of how on a week-to-week basis we would be reimbursing. So of course there is other ways that our staff can charge their vehicles. They can charge at home, which we've discussed. They can also come into our offices to charge here, or out on the road you've got your Tesla superchargers, EV chargers. Ampol have started rolling out a lot of high current chargers as well. So all those options are available to our staff. At home, we've discussed. At the business, well, when they're plugging in here, that charge is a cost to the business here. So we're incurring that already, no cost to the staff, and they can charge for free. The benefit of them doing it at the office is that all our offices have very large solar systems, so in effect we're mostly charging the vehicles for free when they come in during the day at the office. With a large solar system, then we're getting the EV charge mostly for free. Out on the road, if they need to go to a Tesla supercharger, go for it. We prefer that they don't do that because the cost can be quite high. Sometimes they're in excess of 70 cents a kilowatt hour. But for convenience, we want them to charge whenever and wherever they need to, so that their day-to-day isn't inconvenienced by where should I charge, where should I go. Make it easy, go where you need to go, because even at a supercharger, it's a lot cheaper than getting petrol, but it is around that 70 cents a kilowatt hour. So our sales staff are on the road a lot. We just want to make it the easiest it can possibly be for them. That generally is, they've done their work day, they go home, they plug in and they charge their vehicle overnight. We reimburse them for that regardless of whether they've got solar or a battery, because they could have used that energy themselves. They could have either charged that battery, they could have exported it during the day to get their feed-in tariff, but we don't want to worry about any of that. We're going to reimburse them at the peak rate and just make it as easy as possible for our staff to get that vehicle charged, back on the road the next day and doing their business once again. On top of that, it's convenient for the business as well. So it's convenient for us, convenient for the staff. They love driving around in a Tesla, so that's a bit of fun too. And our costs are down. It's a win-win for everyone. Before making the transition to an EV fleet, we weighed up a lot of the pros and cons of doing that. So if you look at simply the petrol versus the charging costs, the price at the moment that I'm looking at is around $1.90 per litre. That works out to be around 16 cents a kilometre. Now with an EV, it's around 130 watt hours per kilometre. That works out to be around 4 cents a kilometre. So you've got quite a lot cheaper costs or running costs there for the vehicle. The other big benefit that we found, which we didn't even realise would be a thing, is the service costs and the service time, most importantly. So we don't want to have our salespeople having to drop in the car all the time to get serviced, waiting around, organise another car. For the EVs, we've got one in the fleet that's 5 years old, that's been serviced once. And all the other ones in the fleet that are 2, 3, 4 years, they haven't been serviced at all just because they haven't required it. So we don't have that downtime. The vehicles are running all the time out there making us money, but in fact by being able to do more quotes because there's no downtime. So that's another benefit of having the EVs. The other benefit is the electricity costs are fairly stable. I mean, of course, we're seeing every July lately, they are going up by 30–40%. However, for most of the year, they are staying at a consistent rate. So it makes it very easy for us to reimburse at that same rate each time, where petrol costs can fluctuate quite high. You know, they drop a little bit, but mostly they keep going up and up and up. Whereas EV costs, we're sort of locking in around that 32 to 34 cents a kilowatt hour. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got any comments or would like to reach out to any of the staff, please do so. We install EV chargers. We do solar for businesses, solar for homes, batteries for businesses and homes, as well as electrical equipment for caravans, motorhomes, RVs. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.